Hello Frugal Fans, this is the Frugal Gamer, and today I will not be reviewing my stats to save you cash. Instead, this video series will be on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare tips, and this is part 1. I decided to do a 3-part series, so I broke them up into beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Now, just for the record, I'm not saying I'm the best Call of Duty player. I am a above average Call of Duty player, and I'm going to explain why and how I do that. For one, I would like to say that I'm not one of those diehard players that play for hours a day. Matter of fact, I probably play Call of Duty 2 hours a week at most. But these tips have allowed me to continuously have a positive KD in games. Alright, so first I'd like to say, if you're just starting, especially if you got the game after others, they're going to know the maps before you. So I would recommend starting on the Combat Readiness program for practice and take time to learn the maps. Once you get that down, if you're still not doing very good and want to take more time to learn the maps, you can use the private match settings and set up bots and go against bots. And I would strongly recommend that. You can continuously increase the difficulty of the bots, and you also control how many bots are on your side. So what I do for practice, for example, or for warm-up before I start playing multiplayer online with others, is I will put it on bots, and I work my way up the bots on veteran, and I keep my team very low. I'll put them maybe on recruit or something like that, so their levels low and not as skilled. And on top of that, to make it even more challenging, I'll have the other team have more players than mine. So that's a great way to practice. Now, tip number 2 is do not camp in this game. No one likes a camper, and they will hunt you down and kill you. I know I will. If I find a camper, I'll find a way to get to them. I'll flank them and things like that. A good team communicating will find a camper and snuff them out quick in this game. Plus, it's just shunned. Number 3 is to try different loadouts in this game to find out what works best for you, as well as using different loadouts on different maps. Not one gun is not necessarily the best gun for every single map in the game, or just because you see everybody else running around with it doesn't mean it's best for you. For example, here on this screen I'm using the ASM-1. I also find sometimes mid-range guns like the BAL and the AK also work well on this. Personally, my favorite 3 guns are the ASM-1, the BAL, and the AK, but there is other guns I enjoy using as well. So play around with the loadouts as well as the exo, cloak, and other different types of exo abilities and grenade types, and find out what works for you. The next one I'd like to say is, for item number 4, is adjust your controller sensitivity to meet your needs. I recommend starting low. Do not be afraid to start it low. Start low until you get used to it, aiming down sights and things to be able to hit your target better. Once you get your target hitting better, then continuously slowly moving it up in increments of 1 each time. Sometimes I also find if I haven't played the game for a couple weeks, I pick it up, I need to start it at a lower setting and work my way back up. The next tip I'd like to say is number 6. If you are new and you do not have high kill streaks, in fact you may not get many at all, so why waste all your points on those kill streak slots? Instead, use it for things like attachments. Actually, in all honesty, this game is a little harder to run up high kill streaks, especially when you can, on top of the regular kill streak, you can add more points to it to get it and make them better. Like a sentry gun can have 360 control. For example, also the regular sentry gun on this, you have to manually control unless you add points to make it work automatically. So I usually only run 1 or 2 kill streaks, unless I know I'm going on a hot day or with a really good team that I can get those high kill streaks. I only use 1 or 2. Why not put it where you can get it consistently and use the other stuff to help you in your game? Alright, the next tip I have is when you're in the game I recommend you want to stay off the radar, especially if you're playing with teams that hunt down people when you show up on the ping. Then maybe use items to keep off the radar. I personally don't care to do that too much. I go loud and proud and I say bring it on, and I shoot my gun. I'm going to expect number 2 to be coming so I can take him out too. But if you want to play stealthy, make sure you use all the stealthy perks so you don't show up on the radar, you're not hurt as much, and you're running a silencer on your gun. The next one I recommend is highly is to work in teams whenever possible, especially when you're new or even at all. Use communication. I'll go into a higher level of a breakdown too. But call out enemies. When you see an enemy, call them out where they are, even if you think you can take them out. That way, in case you don't, your friends can come and take them out too, or you can get help. Okay, that'll be it for today in the tips video 1 for beginners. If you like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Until next time, keep it frugal.